Did you know that in 2025, modern cruise ships are literally floating cities? For example, two of the world's newest and largest cruise ships, Royal Caribbean's Icon and Star of the Seas, are capable of holding well over 10,000 passengers and crew each. And within these cruise ships lie more shocking facts and interesting details that will absolutely blow your mind. That's why in today's video, I'm going to give you 10 random but shocking facts about cruise ships that you want to know about. Please subscribe or you can walk the plank. Number 1, cruise ships are bigger than some of the most iconic man-made structures. The world's biggest and largest cruise ships, believe it or not, are longer than the Eiffel Tower is tall, and even wider than a Boeing 747 wingspan. Just imagine a skyscraper, but on its side and floating. Oh yeah, and since we are on the topic of the Eiffel Tower, some cruise ships do have their own dedicated French restaurant. So yes, you can get some escargot and baguettes, and to that I say, oui oui. Number 2, cruise ships have the magical ability to turn salt water into fresh drinking water. So the reality is, cruise ships do not actually carry enough drinking water to last the entire cruise. So they turn ocean water into fresh drinking water, with some ships making over 1.5 million gallons of fresh water every single day from ocean water. The process in purified water is actually safer to drink than tap water in most US cities due to the fact that cruise ships are held to a higher standard. The water is used, yes, for cooking, to drink, in your shower, in your sink, and even in your toilet. However, do not drink the water out of the toilet. You're not a dog. Number 3, there is literally a hidden city underneath all the passenger areas on board cruise ships known as the crew area, or what I like to call as a former crew member, the dungeon. The secret below deck city comes with its own gym, cafeteria that we call the crew mess, bar, crew cabins, and even a mini convenience store. Now there are even cruise lines out there in modern times like Virgin Voyages that are giving crew members more amenities like their own lounging areas and hot tubs. Nevertheless, do understand that the crew members do thoroughly enjoy coming to the passenger areas and hanging out with all of you fine folk, because believe it or not, there are some crew members that live below deck and never get out, and I mean never. Number 4, there is literally a food mountain that is delivered to every single cruise ship prior to every single cruise. A week-long cruise can go through well over 30,000 eggs, 20,000 pounds of beef, and over 10,000 bottles of wine. And yes, most of it is consumed. Now, all of this food is of course consumed amongst the passengers and crew on board, and naturally nobody likes waste. So if you ever happen to go on a cruise, feast until your heart contends. Come back home weighing an extra 5 pounds, 10 pounds with the food, baby. Just enjoy. For number 5, this is probably the most chilling one. There is a place for dead people on board every single cruise ship. It's called a morgue. Now, as somebody that has worked on cruise ships as a former crew member, I can tell you that this is legally required. Every single cruise ship is required to have a morgue on board, and typically it is somewhere in the vicinity nearby the medical center in the event that somebody does succumb to any kind of injuries or unfortunately passes away. It makes for a quick transfer from the medical center over to the morgue. Yes, and there are rumors floating about that when there is no more space available in the morgue and there are people that need to be preserved during a cruise, that some have been essentially turned into human popsicles by being put in the freezer. Now, the cruise lines have vehemently denied this claim. However, I could see it being plausible because, well, the last thing you want is a body to be out in open air, and well, I guess it could be happening. For this one, let me know your thoughts in the comment section below. Number 6, there is a literal ice cream addiction on board cruise ships. So this is not an exaggeration by any means, as over 5,000 ice cream cones are eaten on any particular cruise ship on any given day. In fact, the consumption got so bad with Carnival Cruise Line back at one point in 2022 that they had to change the ice cream machine operating hours from 24/7 to 11 a.m. to midnight. And when I tell you, people were so angry, so pissed in fact, that many began protesting. Others even said that they would stop sailing with Carnival Cruise Line just because they couldn't get their ice cream at 3 a.m. Just imagine if McDonald's was sponsoring all of the cruise ship ice cream machines. Let's just say there would be a mutiny afoot. Number 7, cruise ships are faster than you think. Now, not Cheetah or Ferrari fast, but still pretty fast. So cruise ships might look slow as a turtle due to their sheer size, but they aren't as slow as you think. They can go up to 25 miles per hour or roughly 22 knots, similar to the average speed limit in your local neighborhood. Number 8, cruise ships are literally turning into theme parks at sea. Anything from water slides to roller coasters to water slide roller coaster hybrids, surfing simulators, skydiving simulator. All these things are now on board cruise ships, and they are amazing to see. It's blowing the minds of people all over the world, and as somebody that is an avid cruiser, I can tell you, these attractions are absolutely amazing, and they keep you coming back for more. Number 8, cruise ships are literally a floating, traveling United Nations. What I mean by that is any particular cruise ship has roughly 70 different nationalities working on board. You have your Americans, which by the way are the minority. You have some Canadians, people from the UK, the Philippines. Definitely the Philippines is actually the majority that you'll see on board. People from all over Asia, people from Russia, people from all over Africa, and it is the most beautiful thing as people are harmonizing, working together, and typically getting along. Back when I worked on board cruise ships as a crew member eons ago, I gotta admit this is probably the best part about working on cruise ships, seeing people come together from all different backgrounds and cultures and uniting as one and getting along. Like I said, most of the time there was some gripes and drama every now and then, usually around the relationship side, because, well, I gotta tell you guys, probably my favorite part as an American, as a minority on board, there were a lot of different flavors and colors to choose from. People from Ireland, Russia, I swear every other day, everybody met somebody that they were going to call their wife or husband, because, let's be honest, everyone likes foreign. Finally, last but not least, the Wi-Fi on board modern day cruise ships is absolutely immaculate. Less than half a decade ago, you would never hear of a cruise ship having great or amazing Wi-Fi. It'd be good, not great. However, in modern times, and especially here in 2025, thanks to the digital and technological revolution, Wi-Fi has become literally perfect on some cruise ships out there. Many cruise lines are now starting to partner with Starlink, giving you seamless and perfect internet connectivity. So let's say if you are working remote and typically you're supposed to be working at home and you want to lie to your boss while you go on a cruise and sip some margarita, it's now available and possible to do so. So which fact surprised you the most? Was it the cruise ship's massive size, the 30,000 eggs used on board cruise ships, or maybe the fact that they have morgues on board? Let me know your thoughts in the comment section below, and of course, hit subscribe. That way you get notified whenever I post more videos like this. I appreciate you guys. I'll see all of you later. Take it easy.